Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rabbi.
We are now learning Mishna Nedarim, Perek Beis, Chapter 2. Perek Tes, Chapter 9, Mishna Beis, Chapter 2, Mishnah 2. Now, the concept that we're going to be dealing with in today's Mishnah is called Noiled. Noiled literally means born, means an unexpected change of circumstances. Meaning, we've been learning how a Pesach works, that we say to the person, if you would have, meaning anytime we have a Pesach, we're saying to the person, if you would have realized this, would you still have made the neder? Which means when he made the neder, he didn't realize it. And we say to him, but if you would have realized it when you made the neder, would you still have made the neder? And if he says no, we have a Pesach. But the thing is that this thing that you didn't realize, basically, is it something to expect or something not to expect? Meaning sometimes you'll have a kind of a thing that's really totally unexpected. It's not common. It's not unexpected. It's not expected at all to happen. And therefore, if we would say to you, when you made the neder, as if we could have spoken to you when you made the neder, and we would have said to you, this may come up, you would say, probably won't happen. And you wouldn't make a difference to you it wouldn't make a difference to you in making the neder or not. That is the issue of noiled. When it's the kind of thing that's really not, now again, like every Pesach, you don't realize it, you weren't thinking about it at the time. But the point is, it's something, if you really realize, and it's an expected, let's call it an expected regular thing, then we could say, okay, if you would have realized it, you wouldn't have made the neder. However, then there's certain things that are so uncommon enough, so unexpected enough, that if you would have known about it when you made the neder, you would have said, probably not going to happen anyway, so you made the neder anyway. That's the issue of noiled. Mishna Beis, V'oid Amar Rebbe Eliezer. Rebbe Eliezer said another thing, meaning what the Bartuna explains, oid, another means another leniency. In yesterday's Mishnah, Rebbe Eliezer said you can make a Pesach in the honor of your parents, which was a leniency, and now he says another leniency, which is Peischem and Noiled. You can make a Pesach with Noiled. Something that, again, that is, if an unexpected change takes place after the neder, that would have prevented the person from making the neder had he thought of it, this is a valid opening that can be used to annul the neder. Meaning, according to Rebbe Eliezer, at the end of the day, once it actually did happen, we say to we have a right to say to the person, you may not have been expecting it, but if you would have known that it would have come true, right? Would you have made the neder? Meaning, if you know what's happened, if you would know before what is now, would you have still made the neder? And you say no. According to Rebbe Eliezer, it's a Pesach. The Chachamim Eisrin, however, the Chachamim, they forbid. They say using such an opening to annul a neder may not be used. A person would not refrain from making a neder if it takes an unexpected change into account. If he takes an unexpected change into account, because he does not really think that the change will happen. Therefore, an unexpected change is not a valid opening. Okay? So basically, my understanding here is that the argument revolves around something that, again, you were not expecting. If you would have known about it during the neder, there's a strong argument to say you wouldn't have even believed it's going to happen, and therefore you'd still make the neder. Nonetheless, looking at the situation now that it has happened, if you would know then what would happen now, you would know it. You'd have prophecy. I don't know what I'm trying to say. If you would know it, if you would know that what is happening now when you made the neder, would you have made the neder or not? That's the argument between the Chachamim and Rebbe Eliezer. Rebbe Eliezer says, although it's unexpected, you could use it as a Pesach, and the Chachamim say you can't. Ketzad, what's the case? Amar, kainim sheninene li'ish ploni. Person says, konam, that I will not benefit from so-and-so. Makes an eder, no benefit from Reuven. V'nasa sefer, and then Reuven became a sefer. A sefer doesn't mean a scribe; it means he became a scholar. And because he became a scholar, so you say to yourself, I can't be in a situation not to benefit from this person. He's a scholar. I'm going to need him. I need to ask him shilas. I need for him to help me, to guide me. Okay, or that now he realized his marrying off his son, meaning this person that you said you're not going to have benefit from, is marrying off his son soon. Now, what that means is like this. That means that people marrying off their children is not uncommon. The point is, though, the neder in this case, the neder that you made that you're not going to benefit from so and so was for a certain period of time. You had no expectation that the wedding would happen in such a short period of time, and all of a sudden you find out the wedding is happening in that short period of time. So in either case, even the case of Sofer, the person became a Talmid Chacham, we're saying it's not something expected. I don't know, it wasn't expected because you never thought of the person that way. Maybe, not that many people became Sofer, became Torah scholars that you would expect it about someone, just, a certain person, that you seem to know, and all of a sudden you find he's a scholar. That wasn't expected. The Amar, another person said, if I would have known that he's going to become a scholar, or that he's marrying his son so soon, I never would have made the neder. That's the example. Okay? Both of these examples are examples of Neilad. These are things that are unexpected to happen at the time when you made the neder. Not something you just didn't realize, but something unexpected to happen when you made the neder. Or another example, I make a konam, I make a neder, I'm not walking into this house. And all of a sudden you found out it's a new shul on the block. Wasn't expected. You had no expectation for that. And he said, if I would have known that this is becoming a shul, I wouldn't have made the neder. Rebbe Lezer would allow that to be used as a Pesach, the Chachamim Eisim and the Chachamim forbid. Because at the end of the day, according to the Chachamim, if you would have thought about at the time of the neder, if you would have thought about it, would you have expected it? No. Which means it wouldn't have stopped you from making the neder. And therefore, it's not a Pesach. And that's a pretty good argument. Rebbe Lezer uses this as a Pesach because he has a pasuk. In the notes I bring down, the Gemara says he has a pasuk, he has some kind of a source to say that even something unexpected could be a Pesach. The Chachamim do not agree with that derivation, and therefore they say no, it cannot be a Pesach. But my understanding is that it all kind of boils down to, at the time of the neder, you wouldn't have expected it. Okay, so at the time you made the neder, you would have still made the neder. But according to, if you say that you can use neder unexpected for a Pesach, then that means that, again, if you would have known during the neder that this is going to happen, would you have made the neder? He says he wouldn't have. Rebbe Lezer says that's good enough for a neder, even though at the time of the neder you wouldn't have said that because it was unexpected. And Rebbe Lezer says it's still a Pesach, and the Chachamim say no, you cannot use it as a Pesach, and the neder still remains. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mishna has to start tomorrow morning a little bit later because it is Tainus Esther, so that will be a little longer.